Candid photos, focusing the conversation on yourself, laughing, sharing your energy, and not living in text land. Today, we're focusing on 5 things you can do online to have the best men most attracted to you. Welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. A very quick introduction. Many of you don't know this. I have been online as a woman, dating as a woman for over 200 days now in a row. Well, technically I'm almost at 180, but we're at 220 total. So I've been doing a lot of testing. I've been doing a lot of things with clients. I've been doing a lot of feedback, what's working, what's not. And today I want to show you 5 behaviors from all my experimenting of what's working online to attract the best men. Number 1 is a lack of candid photos. So you need candid photos, as in it's good to have them. Candid means no pose, no professional, and a lack of jaw tension. I see this a lot in women's photos, and it shows a lack of confidence unconsciously that attracts a lot of the wrong men to their profile. You need to make sure your jaw is relaxed in most of your photos. Jaw tension is a dead giveaway that you're nervous being seen and nervous in front of the camera. It's hard to get rid of sometimes if you are actually nervous in front of a camera, but you can do it if you have a friend make you laugh, if you have a friend take photos. Take a bunch of them, there'll be one good one in there. Removing that jaw tension and making sure you have photos which are not too posed or too professional. You can have a professional photo or two, but if your entire profile is either professional or photos where you have posed, and by pose, I don't mean just professional. By pose, I mean you knew someone was taking the photo and you clearly got yourself ready for it. Many of the best, most confident profiles are candid. That means you are almost photographed in the middle of an expression where you weren't expecting you were photographed. This is really important because it's going to be the most natural side of you, and it's actually the side that a man can expect to see on a good date with you. That's why it's not only a realistic impression of you, but it's a very open and real impression of you to have those candid photos. Again, if you want to put a professional photo or two in there, if you want to pose for a couple of photos, that's fine. But always aim to get a few that are candid, both full body and face and torso. This will make sure that you're perceived as confident by the type of man you want perceiving you as confident. Number 2 is focus the conversation on you. I cannot tell you how few women do this online, and then they wonder why men don't see them, why men aren't attracted to them, why men aren't choosing to call them and they're calling other women on the apps. Most of us have somehow learned to not talk about ourselves in the modern day. You are the woman. I don't care what anyone says. You are the woman. You are the one that should be shining the most, especially in the courtship phase, especially at the start of the courtship phase. Okay, a beautifully dressed woman stands out. Men notice her. Men come over to her and want to meet her. This isn't to say a man can't dress well and get noticed, but the beautifully dressed woman demands the attention in the room. It's the same online. I think we've all read too much of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, and we think that asking a person questions and putting the focus on them is the best way to build rapport. It is the best way to build a friendship. It is not the best way to build attraction and be seen. The women that are doing well online, they're talking about themselves. They're sharing themselves. If a client isn't able to do this, I have them fill out 50 to 100 questions about themselves. What's your favorite this? What's your favorite this? Favorite that? Favorite food? Favorite movie? Least favorite place to go? Most favorite place to go? You gotta talk about yourself. When a guy asks, how's your day? Are you talking about your day? Did you talk about the tree you walked past just there? Did you talk about the yummy dinner you had last night? Did you talk about how it made you feel? If you're not doing those things, unfortunately, you're not going to be seen. And again, if you're not being seen, you're not going to attract the guys that want to see you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You're thinking, Mark, that sounds like a lot of work. It's a lot of time. I don't know if I want to do that. I have so many thoughts around this, but the biggest one is you've got to slow everything down. Put your dating into a certain amount of time each day. My clients use 20 minutes a day. Some use 30 minutes a day. And then only have a few conversations. That's how you show up. And yes, in those few conversations, you do put in a little bit of effort. You do talk about yourself, but then you don't sit there doing it all day. So you have good boundaries with it, but it's kind of like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. That's how you've got to approach it when you talk about yourself. So that's a big one. Make sure you're bringing the focus to yourself. At least 60 to 70% of the conversation should focus on you. Not only is this going to create more connection with the guy, it's going to mean that more guys invest into you. So you're going to have a better experience instead of asking them questions and being in the masculine energy and getting exhausted. So very, very important. Number 3 is laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. I call online West Pandora because it's the wild, wild West, and it's a metaphor from the movie Pandora. It's a whole new world. It's the wild, wild West combined with Pandora. Going online is like West Pandora. You gotta laugh at it. You gotta log on, and I'm on every day. I'm working with clients every single day. The funniest things happen. And if something isn't funny, we find a way to make it funny. Some guy disappears. Some guy has a ridiculous profile. Some guy comes back after ghosting. Some guy you talk about sheep. Some guy, all sorts of ridiculousness. Have a conversation in all emojis. Find a way to laugh. That energy is going to come across, because if you go the other route, which is everything on here annoys me, there is no question that's going to come across in your energy, and you're going to attract more and more people that make you feel shitty about yourself. So whatever bothers you the most, find a way to laugh about. And I'll do a quick plug here. If you can't do that, hire a coach, get involved, because we do this every single day and it works. Number 4, share your energy. This comes a little bit back to talking about yourself. We don't want the conversation to be too cognitive. Often I see women and men as well, how's your day? And they list the things in their day, but there's no energy to it. What are you up to? Well, how is your class? It's a lot of where are you from? It's just a lot of facts. It is so eye-stabbingly boring. But you're 50% responsible for this, and you are 100% responsible for your side of it, which I guess makes you 50% responsible for the whole thing. But your energy is going to be the most attractive thing to you. And let me tell you, the good guys online, they're talking to a lot of women. They're only going to put the effort to ask out those women who have the top 1 or 2 energy out of every 10. If I'm talking to 10 women online and all I have to go on is a few messages and a profile, who am I going to call? I'm going to call the 2 that seem like they're the most coolest to hang out with, the 2 who come across as the best energy. What will be my energetic experience of spending time with her, of calling her, of going on a date with her? That's what I'm asking myself. So out of those 10, 8 of those women, no, it's going to be like this. 6 of those women won't get anything. 2 of them will get half effort because they seem okay. And then 2 is like, I want to go out with you because you seem cool. So you got to share your energy. And again, that's where we're here for a good time, not a long time. If you're struggling to share your energy, do it for 10 minutes, do it for 5 minutes a day, but don't drag it out and then lose your energy. You're better off being short and sharp than long and boring. And number 5, don't live in text land. This is a big turn on to guys who want to connect to you and really build something with you, and a big turn off to the guys you don't want to attract. Living in text land basically means having any more than about 10 to 12 exchanges with one guy. 10 to 12 is about my limit. I actually find 6 is the sweet spot in all my testing lately. 10 to 12 is if you're going back and forth, maybe 14 if you're online at the same time and you're going back and forth with some banter. But anything over 15, you are stuffing around, you are wasting time, and you should be on a phone call or on a real life date by that point. Now, an exchange is literally just one back and forth, so it's not that many. 6 to 8 is the Goldilocks zone. Anything over 12, especially over 14, you're living in text land. Don't live in text land. Transition off text and get the guy to transition off text by making sure you're using your feminine energy and requesting him to do so. Get him to transition around that 6th exchange, or sometimes when he asks the 3rd or 4th question. Don't stick on text. Don't stick in text land. You will hate your life in text land, and you'll certainly attract the wrong kind of men to you. 5 ways to attract the very best men online. Have you used these? What are your thoughts? Have you found stuff that works? Put it in the comments below. And if you want me to teach you this in unbelievable depth, where you'll just have this down to a science where you can turn it on like a tap and the best men are coming through the funnel, turn it off if you got too many. If you want that, book a call with my team. They'll introduce you to me. The link is in the description below. Otherwise, thanks for watching my video. Hit the subscribe button with the little button and give the video a thumbs up so that the algorithm knows you liked it. And I'll see you in the next one very soon.